Drake don't want to hear Not Like Us on that Super Bowl stage, and that song is going to be played on that Super Bowl stage.
UMG claims that the release of Not Like Us is protected under the First Amendment and that Drake has not provided enough evidence in this legal request.
And that First Amendment is what?
Free speech.
Not only that, but you're trying to limit how much the song can be played or promoted moving forward. So UMG is like, nah, you're not going to limit what we're able to make money off of in regards to this song.
No! Nigga.
Welcome back to another episode of Music for Breakfast. This is the most important meal ever here. I am your host, Octavia March, alongside my music friends.
What up, J Manning, School of Ill.
What's up? It's Kia, aka KC.
Ro will be back on the next one, but in the meantime, in between time, make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in, okay? Make sure you hit that share, okay? And comment. You know what I'm saying? Because today we talking about UMG and how they came back with a whole dismissal. They said, we had enough of this. The Super Bowl around the corner. We ain't trying to hear none of this. Get it out of here.
Shut that shit up, boy.
We finna talk about it. Because this is
Music for Breakfast.
I wanna do it again.
Welcome and welcome back. We're Music for Breakfast. We are a thought-provoking platform intertwined between music to match the vibe of each and every show. We're providing conversation based on cultural topics based on the facts. And Tay has a top 5 music playlist.
That's right. And today's playlist is going to be dedicated to the UMG artists who ain't complaining, okay? They like, UMG's over this. They tired of Drake. They like, man, get it out of here. Next.
Like, are we still talking about this?
You don't have any evidence. Like, come on. So today's top 5 is going to be dedicated to artists who ain't complaining on a label.
So on January 23rd, UMG, Universal Music Group, filed a 144-page motion asking the court to dismiss Drake's petition. They denied Drake's accusations that UMG boosted Kendrick Lamar's track Not Like Us unfairly, calling his claims unsupported based off of hearsay.
All he provided was the breakdown of the song and the video.
It was 81 pages of complaints and crying and just dissecting, like you said, the song to pick out where he got picked on.
Right. And you know, today 81 pages, UMG said, well, we're going to go 144.
We're going to top that, buddy.
Hey now, say now.
Going to match you a good one.
But you know what, though? Who ain't complaining on that label is SZA. Okay, we're going to give it to her. Number 5, we're going to take it to SZA and Kendrick. Let's just throw them both in there. 30 for 30, okay?
Put them all
30
in
for
there.
30, I'm 30 for 30.
If you fuck me, then fuck you. And that's the way I like it.
So speaking of 30 for 30, right? Kendrick Lamar dropped his Super Bowl halftime commercial where he showed that he possibly might be featuring, which I'm sure we know, SZA, right? So we dissected that commercial because, of course, it's Kendrick Lamar and he wants us to work for what we need to know. And we saw that at that 30-yard line on that football field is where we saw SZA appear to be throwing what appeared to be Gatorade on Kendrick Lamar. And if we're just being, Kendrick Lamar, we're speaking his language, we can draw a connection for that 30 for 30 might be one of the songs played at the Super Bowl halftime.
And the 30 for 30 is like about sports-related type situations, so this might be, it's not that big of a reach.
All right, we said it here first. Music for Breakfast, 30 for 30.
Chat, do you think that is real or not? Chat.
So UMG argues that the release of the track is protected by the First Amendment. They also state that Drake is not provided enough evidence to back his request for legal discovery and that his petition does not meet the standard requirements. They claim that the petition should be dismissed because Drake filed it in the wrong court and has already filed a related defamation lawsuit against UMG in New York.
Get the court docs right. File it correctly. You trying to do everything?
In the wrong court.
Filing stuff wrong.
UMG said, cover my lawyer fees, bro.
Out of all the things that you
on,
could have done, you filed it in the wrong court. You're dealing with a music giant. These are essentially supposed to be two giants against each other. But you're going against the company. UMG, and you filed it in the wrong court.
The wrong court, just loud and wrong.
Just loud and wrong.
Back into the countdown. Artists who ain't complaining on UMG. I think we should go to another Drake op. The Weeknd.
Ever since I was a G, I've been like G.
That was the number 4 song, The Weeknd with Playboi Carti, Timeless. UMG artists who ain't complaining. We're talking about UMG's dismissal of this ridiculous lawsuit that Drakeisha, Drakeana, Drake it like it's hot, Paperwork Poppy has brought up.
Additionally, UMG is accusing Drake of using legal action as retaliation, trying to pressure them into limiting the distribution of the song Not Like Us. They also argue that Drake's legal actions are a form of harassment against UMG's free right to speech. So basically, they're saying that you are trying to bully us out of playing one of the greatest songs that ever came out of 2024, 23.
And you're infringing on our free rights of speech.
Of freedom of speech, because it's a song. Like,
and if he hasn't known who's the head of state, and he done already said,
I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
This next item is a directive to the federal government ordering the restoration of freedom of speech and preventing government censorship of free speech going forward.
Yeah, I mean, in a song, in a speech, on the internet, you can say whatever you want. It's the fact that he didn't like what was said. And that's, I mean, we're playing music right now.
And UMG saying essentially you infringed upon our right to freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
Not only that, but you're trying to limit how much the song can be played or promoted moving forward. So UMG's like, nah, you're not going to limit what we're able to make money off of in regards to this song.
And like I said, man, ain't nobody stopping the freedom of speech. It's scary, spooky, hilarious. Okay, so what's crazy is this dismissal came out on the 23rd. Trump signed that on the 20th. Of course, he's been doing destructive things ever since the 20th. But he signed that on the 20th. UMG said, oh, bet. Dismiss this.
Take it up with the courts if you want to. Make sure you're at the right one.
Listen, and where's the Super Bowl at? In America. And where he gonna sang it at? In America. But yeah, man, we're gonna take it back to the playlist. Top 5 artists who ain't complaining. And matter of fact, since we talking about Drake and he want to complain so much, we're gonna take it to somebody else he was complaining about.
This guy's like a fragile op, but it's a good song though. You know?
It's a fragile op. Okay, interesting.
He's like a fragile op, but it's a good song though.
Okay, so what does that mean, a fragile op? No.
Chat knows what I'm talking about. Fragility.
Number 3. I wish I knew.
I wish I knew you wanted me.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about UMG artists who ain't complaining. Steve Lacy ain't complaining. Steve Lacy said, how I get in it?
So UMG is asking the court not only to dismiss this petition, but also for Drake to cover the legal fees. They want a hearing scheduled within 60 days and for all discovery in the case to be paused until the decision is made.
I mean, pay up, player. You want to waste some time?
You
Go ahead
wasting
and pay.
time and you wasting money. And then how long is the pause for? Because don't let the pause be for too long. Don't let it go past February 9th.
To me, it comes down to, again, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to win, right? Like, again, the original thing behind the original petition was, oh, we're going to try to change things. We're going to try to make it better for, the average Joe Smo artist or anybody coming into the game. But this new petition, this new lawsuit is strictly a defamation lawsuit. So again, I ask, what are you trying to change, bro? You're not changing anything with a defamation lawsuit. The only thing you're doing is trying to win money.
And speaking of trying to win money, that's the justification that's what Jim Jones was talking about.
He sued UMG, which is the biggest company that has the biggest bag, nigga. You think I ain't gonna sue Amazon if I ain't get a chance to? Me suing everybody, nigga. Any one of them companies I get a chance to playing at that level to sue for billions, I'm going for it, nigga. Are you crazy?
I feel like there's unwritten rules, though.
Of what?
In the rap game.
Of what?
I'm never gonna use a beef as a way to sue a record label.
You're making up your own unwritten rules. If he was suing Kendrick Lamar for defamation of character directly, papers got sent to him. People in the hip hop,
you know how much people you could sue?
People here in the hip hop game should be in a uproar. Like, oh, this nigga. Well, when Tracy Morgan just caught that bag, we was happy for him, right?
Of course, those are correct. He almost lost his life.
So how the fuck we not gonna be happy about somebody who get a bag from one of the biggest companies that been raping everybody anyway? You heard? So if it was on the flip side and a coalition of our smart rappers would have come together and be like, we're suing UMG for money retroactive for all of the bullshit games they've been playing and shit like that, it would have been, oh, hip-hop wins, one for the culture. But because this man is smart enough to use his turbulence to go after a bigger picture, which none of us will ever be in them rooms anyway. He's suing UMG, bro.
See, and I get some of the things that Jim is trying to convey and trying to convince the other guy of. But the problem is, and the things that I think that he forgets is it's not a poor man suing a rich corporation. Right. It's an artist suing suing a corporation off the back of what another artist did. So you're trying to essentially censor what this artist did. Now, you're going about it in a roundabout way. You're not directly coming at Kendrick, and I get that point. But the problem is what you're doing is trying to censor what Kendrick does and how a company promotes said artist in any situation moving forward whenever they have something to say about another artist. So that in turn censors our artistship and all creativity. And I can't be down with that at all.
See, and I like to hear perspectives like Jim Jones just gave us. You know, he's an artist that's in the industry that understands how these companies work and what goes on up there in corporate of music. You know, even in the conversation with whoever he was talking to, that person, you know, probably will never understand what happens in those rooms. I might not ever understand. You might not ever understand what happens in those rooms. But like he said, it's always important to remember he's not suing Kendrick. He's suing UMG. He is suing the bag. And we talking about bag for bag, and we take the artistry out of it. I think what happens is that Drake is taking Drake's taking an interesting route because he is using Kendrick Lamar's song, which just so happens to be about him. But the underlying issue is the fact that he is suing UMG for promoting this song and putting all this money behind this song. And maybe, like Jim Jones said, that they have been raping artists in the industry in this same way. We just haven't been this exposed to it because there is this light behind it because it was a rap beef. It started with the rap beef, but like Jim Jones said, it's not about the rap beef. It's about the money that came from that. There's a lot of money that came out of that.
So my question is this: when Drake loses this lawsuit, will he then sue Kendrick directly?
He might as well just keep going at this point. If he wants to be this huge pioneer to be the first to sue such a big music giant like that, then you might as well go for the gusto and sue the niggas in the hood. Like, just go do that. But I mean, at this point, I think he's taking the biggest route right here. This is the hugest thing that he could do right now is to sue UMG. It's to tell them, you know, basically, yeah, don't play that. Because I don't want, you know, censoring artists, making them censor artists. It's a big thing that he's trying to force and bully UMG into doing as an artist.
I really don't. I mean, I could see essentially why he's suing UMG because you do have a potential bag. But here's the case: if the case with UMG gets dismissed and that doesn't go anywhere, there's no way that you can win the case suing Kendrick for the same issue. So, no, I don't really see that coming to please.
Oh man, let us know what y'all think. Y'all agree with Jim Jones? You know, let us know. We on the countdown right now. We doing top 5 UMG artists who ain't complaining. You know what I'm saying? Who ain't talking about none of this. And I'm thinking we're gonna take it to the number 2 person. Why not go with 50 Cent?
Wankster.
Oh, you say you
You say you a gangster, but you never none.
Man, that was a good pick here, Wankster, because Drake is definitely a wankster.
Trust me, daddy.
Drake's team has not yet responded, but a hearing is set for January 28th to decide whether or not Drake can question UMG and iHeartMedia employees for a possible future lawsuit. However, this hearing may be postponed if the petition is dismissed or delayed before the judge.
So it's a time limit on there. He ain't got all day.
He don't have all day. What questions would he have for the employees at iHeartMedia? Is this for the payola? Will he be asking, did you take money? Is he going to look for people that's snitching? Are you looking for snitches?
He trying to build a case.
Received anything? Any gifts? Maybe.
Oh my God, that is so unlike you. Unfitting.
Not like us.
Because I mean, you do have to think about that. If you gonna question UMG, and then you're gonna have an 81-page court document that lists all the people that you are accusing of being a part of this. That does include iHeartMedia employees.
We're going to see, though. We're going to see. In the meantime, in between time, we're going to get to the number one song on the playlist. Top 5 artists who ain't complaining about UMG. This one artist, he got a lot of going on right now anyway. He ain't got time to complain about UMG. And that's Jay-Z, who put Kendrick Lamar on that Super Bowl stage. And we're going to let him have the number one spot because he's the reason why. He's part of the reason why all this is going on in this lawsuit and everything. Because Drake don't want to hear Not Like Us on that Super Bowl stage. And that song is going to be played on that Super Bowl stage. I don't care.
Please.
Man, give it to the Jigga Man.
Please play it.
So what you playing?
What you want to hear, Jay?
Not guilty.
Oh.
I get it down. Anxiously, the public can't wait.
Any more UMG facts, Kia?
So let's wrap this whole thing up. 5 points to take away from this entire episode and this entire UMG lawsuit is that UMG filed a 144-page motion to dismiss Drake's petition, arguing his allegations about boosting Kendrick Lamar's tracks are unsupported and based off hearsay. Also, UMG claims that the release of Not Like Us is protected under the First Amendment and that Drake has not provided enough evidence in this legal request.
And that First Amendment is what?
Free speech.
Protected.
Okay, by free speech.
Mm-hmm. Our president said it.
Okay.
Not too much.
Just a little too much. Just a little too much. I ain't
Sorry, I got a little Nelly on it. I did a little Nelly. I was really back in. I gave a little Snoop and not even respond.
Still a black man, still 100% black.
Another takeaway is that they argue the petition should be thrown out because Drake filed it in the wrong court and has already filed related defamation lawsuits in New York.
No!
Silly. It's just
silly boy.
Wrong one. Wrong
silly
block.
Aubrey.
It's because he's Canadian and like all the courtrooms probably look the same. New York, New Jersey, I don't know, Nebraska. UMG accuses Drake of using legal action to retaliate and to pressure them to limit the tracks of distribution. UMG wants Drake to cover the legal fees, requests a hearing within 60 days, and asks for all discovery to be paused until a ruling is made.
Oh. They said, hurry up and buy.
Yo, that's pretty big, though. Like, so one of the things that they're pointing out is that Drake is trying to censor how much money or how much promotion goes behind this song. So he finds a song that may be disagreeable to him, his character, his public image, and he's trying to limit it. And he's trying to limit it in court, which just like, to me, strikes off so many red flags because why are you trying to limit creativity and limit how much a song can do? Like, that's just as a creative. Mm-hmm. Why are you trying to limit other creatives?
The audacity, and how far are we going to take this? Like, what next? Should we be afraid to write songs about Drake? Should we as a podcast be afraid to mention Drake? I mean, he's already named 6 podcasts that have used this beef. I guess for promotion for UMG is what he would say, but he's listed them in a court document. It's like, you can't be bigger than music.
Well, this is all alleged, just in
allegedly,
case. But,
yes.
Just given the current events of the signing of all these executive orders, it'll be kind of hard. It'll be a fight for real.
Unfortunately, Drake, you're just a little bit too late. You're about literally like a week too late.
Man, but let us know. Let's get it popping in the comments. Let us know what you think is going on with this dismissal. Do you think Drake is gonna pull a rabbit out the hat? Do you think Universal got it in the bag? Let us know.
And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for updates so you can stay ahead of the game.
Also, today's episode is available on our podcast, Music for Breakfast. That is Music IV Breakfast, available anywhere you podcast.
That's right. Make sure you leave us a 5-star rating if the show was a vibe, and share with everyone you know so your favorite show can grow.
Special thanks to everybody listening right now. Thank you, Kid. Thank you, Jay, Rev Roulette. I am Octavia March, sending nothing but love to you. And until next time, never forget what the homie Strick told Jay, who told us.
Finish your breakfast.
The kitchen is officially closed, and we out.
We out. Peace.
Bye-bye.
That's the end?
Want an extra serving of Music for Breakfast? Follow them on all social media platforms at Music for Breakfast.